that? It's all corrosion. Hey YouTubers, 95 Speed GTA. Today I'm going to show you a little something about our power drills. If anybody has a power drill, not necessarily a DeWALT model, but maybe a Makita or Craftsman or anything like that, and they just stop working, well, there could be a number of reasons why, and I want to show you some things that you could do. And I'm going to base this video off of how to fix a DeWALT 18 volt XRP screw gun. The very first thing you want to check out when something like this doesn't work on whether or not your battery's charged or not. Usually when you buy something like this, it comes with 2 batteries. Sometimes you may forget, sometimes multiple people use it and they change battery packs. Some people may put a dead one in and run it down. So that's the first thing you want to look at. Usually when you buy kits from DeWALT, it usually comes with the screwdriver and the torque driver. This is a pretty cool thing right here. So what we're going to do is we're going to take the battery from the screw gun and we're going to put it in there and see if it works. Okay, now that we know the battery has a charge, we know that there's something wrong with the screw gun. Like I said, whether it's DeWALT, Craftsman, Makita, remember, no matter what the brand, all these things are mass produced. And sometimes they don't have a lot of lubrication, sometimes they're not wired correctly, sometimes they're just not protected against corrosion. And if you live in an area or if you work in an area where it's very moist, damp, or what have you, you're going to have problems with your equipment like this. So first thing you're going to want to do is, since the battery is disconnected, you're going to flip it up on its side and you're going to look inside here, and there's a positive and negative prong that's made of copper. And what happens a lot on these is when you have a known good battery and the device stops working, usually you get corrosion in this or in the trigger. Now from what it looks like, you can see just a tiny bit of corrosion on the left hand side. I know you guys can't see that. I'll try to snap a picture of it. But what we're going to do is we're going to take it apart. See, here we go. First off, there are 4 Torx screws on the back that have to be removed. Grab your Torx set, whichever you may have, and this is going to call for a T10. Alright, once you get the 4 screws off, there's going to be your back cap. You're going to place that over there. You could put the screws in the slots just so you don't lose them, but I just put them off to the side. All the screws on this particular drill are going to be the same except for these. These are a little bit longer than each one. So what you're going to do is there's going to be 4 up front here. 1, 2, and 2 on the other side, and you're going to put them off to another side and keep them separated. Because those are the only screws that are longer than every other screw in here. All the rest of them are the same. Now since we got the back off, we're going to take the front off. This is going to be pretty cool. Look at that. Isn't that cool? I guess those are called planetary gears or whatever. I'm not too sure. I'm not too sure. The only thing I am sure of is such an expensive drill like this, there's not a lot of grease in there. So that tells you right there that these things have a lifespan. If you got some grease, ball bearing grease, whatever, grease it up. Because you know what? You paid a lot of money for this DeWALT and you really don't want to pay for it again. So we're going to put it on its side carefully. That's what it looks like. It's a whole assembly. And then we're just left with this. Looks kind of familiar, huh? This is what I mean by familiar. Here's our impact driver. And there's our drill gun. Same exact thing, huh? Next, we're going to go after the side screws. 1 here, 1 here, 1 here, 1 in there, 1 in there, and nothing on this side. Also, when you take all the screws out, this sticker here, get in there with your fingernail right on the side and lift it up, because that actually holds it together once the screws are out. So you're going to need to lift this up on either end so you can separate it. And here we are. And here's our problem. See that? That's all corrosion. and the corrosion runs all the way up here, and I'm 99.9% sure this is why it's not working. So what we're going to do is we're going to go over everything. Here's our contact points from the battery to the trigger. I'm going to go over the trigger, see how that is. The motor spins, which is a good sign. I've got a little bit of rust here. And this has never been left out. This was actually in the trunk of my car for a while. But it's been rainy out and it's been moist. So let's get to work on this. See how simple these things are? Makes you wonder why they're so expensive, right? Usually when you buy names like this, that's what you're buying the name. So this is all I have on hand right now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to see if I could, let's see, if I could remove some plastic here, which I can't. But if you guys got a filer or something small, like maybe a toothbrush style bristle like this, get in there and clean up all the contacts and everything, because that's really bad. That's really bad corrosion right there. Alright, so what I did was I took it out of its case, which was really simple to do. I just lifted it out, and I just pulled back this little sleeve that was on the motor. Really easy. And now, we just got the motor, and we got our trigger, and I cleaned the trigger, and now we're going to test out to see if it works. Give this a try. Nice! Alright, now since we got it working again, this is what we're going to do. I got some petroleum, which you guys can't see, okay. I got some petroleum jelly, and what I'm going to do is, this is to stop the corrosion, well, just to keep the corrosion from happening again. I'm going to use a cotton swab, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to coat all the contacts, just like this, with the petroleum jelly. So if we have a moist condition again, we don't have to worry about this happening. So on the trigger part, you're going to want to do it here. You're going to want to do the 2 ports here, and these you could always do, because even though when we put it back together, these are always going to be kind of sort of exposed. So we want to do these, and even the battery too. We're going to put this stuff down. It's just as a precaution. In the motor too, we're going to hit that on this side and on the other side. So coat all the wires, all the contact points. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then we'll take it from there. And so YouTubers, there you have it. Perfectly good. Working drill again. YouTubers, this is 95 Speed GTA. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you have any questions, comments, or anything, you know what to do. Thanks for watching, guys.